What's up with y'all brothers out there, man? Talk to my black Africans, man. Once again, man, we're coming with the thought of keeping our brothers and sisters in liberation mode, revolutionary mode, complete freedom mode, complete separation mode. Keep yourself aware of the enemy within black Africans over there on the continent. This is one of our deadliest enemy. It's the enemy within, the enemy that look like you. They're right there, it's right next to you. Because this enemy can be in your family. And so often in the past, we don't learn from these mistakes. That whether it be the white colonizer on the continent or the whites over here in these states, they able to penetrate weaknesses in our groups. And when they penetrate those weaknesses, it wind up having a devastating and deadly effect. Because they find somebody that's willing to sell out for things, willing to sell out just to be amongst them because they hate themselves, willing to seek their paradise in heaven right here on earth. And so they see them as the gods. And so often, man, we haven't learned from that mistake. And so the enemy able to use that weakness. They able to continue to use that old playbook, that old tactic. It's just like, you hear this all the time, divide and conquer tactic. It works all the time. And so it works all the time because the people haven't learned. The mistake of not allowing the enemy to use the divide and come against them, because we continue to allow us to be divided. We continue to go at each other. We continue to hate each other, kill each other. And so as long as we do that, we're gonna be divided. And so as long as we do that, any smart person that's trying to take you down, this is what they're gonna do. So it's just sad, man, that we haven't learned from these mistakes, and we keep on allowing ourselves to be open for these tactics, for them being able to use our own people against us to keep us oppressed, to be a part of that brutal oppressive force, to allow for our people to lead us into the fire, to allow our people to lead us into change, to allow our people that look like us to sell out all the things that can benefit us, make us strong, make us aware, make us self-sufficient. They rather keep us weak and keep those material wealth things that come from the earth to go to somebody else that's oppressing us. Don't see us as human beings. Because if they don't see you as equal, that means they don't see you as a human being. Because all human beings got brains. All human beings, blood is red. All human beings got legs and arms, mouths, ears. But you, black man and black woman, if you're not considered equal, that means you're not even looked upon as a human being. Even in this present time. And so, on the continent, my point is we don't learn from those mistakes. And so we are constantly allowed for the enemy within to stay in the midst and stay in positions of power. Even when they didn't discover, sell out their people. Even when they sit there and tell you they selling you out. Even when they sit there and tell you they willing to work with their enemy to keep a system to oppress you and keep you weak. Even when they outrightly tell you this here. Your response be, okay, what can I do? So how can somebody look at you as equal, another warrior, who let you know they ain't gonna let you do them like that? So another warrior who don't operate like that, don't let nobody other man do them like that. They look at this man, and this man say, well, what can I do? Another warrior gonna look at you and don't have no respect. I'm like, okay, hi, what you gonna do? What can you do? Because I'm taking that you ain't gonna do nothing. So I wanna do you like that too then. I wanna do you like that too then. Since you ain't doing nothing against these men, I wanna get some of that booty too. I wanna get some of them resources too. Since y'all ain't gonna do nothing. And it's the problem we have as black men, wherever we at, we're not standing up. We're not doing the things we're supposed to do to remove the enemy within, to take charge and deal with the deadly snake that's right next to us, that's right amongst us. We're not learning from our mistakes. And so, when you find yourself back in the situation after you thought you done freed yourself, you thought you done came free, you done got inspired by revolution and revolutionary talk, you done got motivated with this rebellion spirit of your ancestors. All of a sudden, the enemy within, with his same tactics, he know how to subdue you. He know how to put ice on that fire, on that spirit of rebellion. He know how to get you back into a submissive role, or back into a subdued role, where you don't want to fight, you don't want to do nothing. Anger and the motivation there just for this moment. You know how to do that. And that's what they do. And then the next thing you know, you see the same old stuff happening again. Same old cycle repeating itself on the continent, on these shores over here in the States. Because we allowed our enemy within to stay amongst us. We didn't hold them accountable for them siding with our enemy. Keep us oppressed, to kill us, to keep us diseased. We didn't say it was we didn't allow there to be no consequences for those actions. And so therefore, the revolution and the freedom we was crying and hollering and motivated about, it get taken from up under us. And then we find ourselves right back into that state, in that condition. Weak, impoverished. The only thing most of the time we have to turn to is our spirituality. Now we praying, we ask for God to send somebody to help us. After He done sent us all the help, but we don't want to fight, we don't want to sacrifice. He done sent us all the help over and over and over and over and over again. And we don't take hold and realize we got to fight. Some of us got to die. We got to fight. Some of us we got to fight. Some of us got to die. If you're not willing to die for your freedom, you're not willing to be free from your oppressors, This is just a moment thing. This is just a feel-good thing right now then. Because if we're not dealing with the enemy within, come on. We just talking revolution. We just hoping that things will change. Hoping. But we don't want to take no action. We don't want to put ourselves on the front line. We're not willing to sacrifice nothing. And so until you understand this fight gonna take us having to deal with this enemy within and not see this enemy as a partner, not see this enemy as a brother. How can we see a brother wanting to help an enemy keep his people and his family weak? How can he be my brother or my sister? He want to help an enemy starve my family, disease my family, watch my family get killed and murdered, divide my family and fight. We fight amongst each other. How can you be my brother or my sister? And then you tell me that's what you want. You tell me you're in league with this one. You sit in front of my face saying, I'm going to come and engage in war if I have to put this system back over you. Or I come and cut the lights off. Or I come and stop it from getting water and food. I'm letting you know. I'm not hiding it. This is what I'm on with you. We can never be brothers. I can never brace you as a sister. You done already made your choice. And so now there's consequences behind your stance and your action. Because it ain't just talk, it's action what you doing. When you do stuff, you cut off my life. You stop me from being able to feed my family. You ready, you know what I'm saying, to put your life on line for somebody else, to keep their oppression and keep their gold mines going to them. We can't be brothers and sisters, brother. They can't be your brothers and sisters. They can't. They can't be. So why is you saying these your brothers and sisters? Why are you saying you want to fight with these ones? These are the ones you got to fight with. These are the ones you got to deal with. Because the enemy within is the biggest threat to unity. It's the biggest threat to unity. They are your inside agents. They're going to tell about your secrets. They're going to point out where the leaders at, for the leaders can get targeted and killed. They're going to be the ones they put over the government, to rule over you and keep an oppressive system and government in control. This is your biggest enemy. They're going to cause the chaos. Keep up the conflict, go back and forth, instigate, start stuff. This is your biggest enemy. When is we going to learn, my brothers and sisters? When are we going to learn? He's the biggest enemy. But why would you call them still, embrace them and call them your brother and your sister? When they tell you this is what they own, at all costs they trying to maintain their master system. They are the co-conspirators. This is why your former colonizers able to, for so long, keep control of their former colonies and their subjects. Because they had an inside enemy, a co-conspirator working with them to maintain that order. So man, brother, until we wake up, man, and be men and be warriors and stop being scared and cowed and fearless and being fearful of other men, you're gonna see the same thing happen. And we're gonna be responsible because the next generation have to deal with this here. They gotta deal with this piling of stuff that we didn't handle as men. Because we didn't want to be warriors. We didn't want to fight and die. So we left a pile of layers of stuff on top of them to try to crawl or dig out. And so how can they look back and their generation look back after we done put that on them to be proud and honor their ancestors And they know that a group of their ancestors did this. They stopped fighting. They stopped being warriors. They stopped upholding the tradition of being warriors and fighters. And compelling those enemies, those invading forces, from subduing their land, subduing their people. How can you think the next generation is going to honor their ancestors and keep traditions and cultures alive amongst them? And they know we ain't do nothing. We ain't stand up. We ain't be men. We ain't fighting. All we did was beg. All we did was partner with an enemy to us. How? So man, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna stop right there. And I hope, you know what I'm saying, y'all take this information, bros. Stay motivated. And put y'all motivation in y'all spirit and y'all fire into action. The enemy within is not our brothers. They're not our sisters. They're not in the best interests of the people. They're not trying to serve the people. They're trying to keep what they got. We can't move forward with them in the real revolution. We can't move forward with them with brothers who won't and sisters who want complete freedom. We got to remove the cancer within us. And that's the enemy within that look like us. That's all I got for y'all, bros, man. Peace.